Welcome to Negosyente, ang programang naghahatid sa inyo ng maraming kwento at kaalaman tungkol sa pagninegosyo. Ako si Roda Castro Kaliwara, your resident Pinay entrepreneur, at ito ang Negosyente. Sa araw na ito, makikilala natin ang dating head ng OWA at ano nga ba ang kanyang pinagkakaabalahan ngayon. At sa kwentong negosyo, makikilala natin ang nakaisip at gumawa ng isang online store for a cause. Marami pa tayong bisita kaya huwag na huwag kayong aalis. Another inspirational and educational afternoon para sa lahat. Marami tayong matututunan. Naging kakampi siya ng mga kababayan natin na naghahanap buhay sa ibang bansa. Sigurado ako, siya ay bayani pa rin sa mga puso nila. Ang dating head ng Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA, Admin May Dimson. Hi, Admin May.
Hi, Roda. How
Shall I
are you?
call you Admin May or
May? You can call me May na lang.
magandang hapon po sa inyo at maraming salamat for your time. Alam ko, sobrang busy kayo preparing for the upcoming book launch. Meron ho ba, right? At
Yes.
pag-uusapan ho natin yan
Yes,
maya-maya
oo,
lamang.
oo.
Let me start this conversation with a question. How are you, Admin May? Ano po ang pinagkakaabalahan ninyo? What's keeping you busy?
Madami akong ginagawa ngayon. Of course, I'm busy now with the launching of the book on May 30. I'm busy with some consultancy work. At meron din tayong mga tinutulungan ng mga OFWs na nag-stress management workshop na akong nagpa-facilitate. Kasi hanggang ngayon, kahit wala na ako sa government service, I still continue with my advocacy on worker education, lalo na sa mga kababaihan.
Nabanggit po ninyo ang government service. Naging head po kayo ng OWA for several years.
6 years ako.
6 years. Paano ho ba ang isang babae na head ng isang malaking ahensya ng gobyerno?
Mahirap na masaya. Ako kasing unang babae na administrator ng OWA, mahirap dahil you deal with the problems of our OFWs na nasa iba't ibang bansa, no, all over the world. Pero na-enjoy ko naman kasi may satisfaction, may fulfillment. Kasi nakakatulong tayo. At yung mga workers naman na natutulungan natin, nagpapasalamat sila at sila ay nabigyan ng tulong. Kaya pwede ko sabing mahirap, pero masaya rin. Because you have to enjoy your work, di ba?
So for how many years, that's 6 years, nabanggit ho ninyo, marami na ho kayong na-encounter na mga iba-ibang kwento ng ating mga OFWs. Meron
Yeah.
ho bang
Yes.
somehow made an impact sa buhay po ninyo?
Madami tayong na-meet, na-encounter, Roda, sa ating pagbiyahe. Pupunta tayo sa iba't ibang lugar nga kung saan yung mga workers natin. As a matter of fact, yun ang laman ng libro na ilo-launch ko nga sa May 30. Pero merong isang pangyayari, isang kwento ng isang OFW natin na babae sa Kaohsiung ko siya na-meet, Kaohsiung, Taiwan. Siya ay nahatulang mamatay, mabibitay, because nakapatay siya ng kapwa niyang worker, no? And nung nabisita namin siya sa prison, she was so calm. Parang okay lang sa kanya na mamamatay na siya, mabibitay na siya.
Tinanggap ho na niya yan sa
Parang
sarili
tinanggap
niya.
na niya sa sarili niya. And nung bago ako umalis, sabi ko, sige, sabi ko, mag-ingat ka. Alam namin mahirap yan, but I will pray for you. Nung tumalikod ako, hinabol niya ako, niyakap niya ako. Sabi niya, Ma'am, huwag niyong kalimutan yung aking mga anak. 3 po sila, nasa Laguna. Kung pwede po, tulungan ninyo yung kanilang pagkain, no, yung pag-aaral ng anak ko. Parang binili niya. Siyempre, pag administrator ka, dapat di mo ipakita na umiiyak ka, di ba? Dapat matatag ang loob mo. Pero when I turned my back, talagang umiyak ako, Roda. Kasi talagang, yun, ang sakit ba na itong nanay, kunwari pa siya na hindi siya nalulungkot, hindi siya natatakot na mabitay. Pero yung pala, yung anak niya pa rin ang naalala niya. And it was really so painful.
Marami ho talaga sigurong hindi magagandang kwento ang narinig na ninyo sa ating mga kababayan na nasa ibang bansa. Yan ho ba ay nandito sa libro na ilo-launch po ninyo soon?
Ito kasing librong ito ay istorya ng 22 OFWs na naging successful. Siyempre, sa umpisa may hirap, may sakripisyo, pero ito ay documentation ng kanilang magandang buhay after their sacrifice. Kaya achievers They were able to achieve their goals. Kaya sabi ko, very inspiring ang mga istorya nila dahil kinuwento nila kung paano sila nakaahon sa kahirapan hanggang sila ay maging successful.
So magaganda ho ang kwento na nandito sa librong ito.
Very inspiring.
Very, very
heartwarming. They will touch your heart.
So marami hong mga success stories na nasa libro. Ano ho yung advice ninyo sa mga iba pang mga OFWs na patuloy hong lumalaban sa mga challenges ng buhay abroad?
Yung mga lessons na nakuha natin sa istorya nitong mga achievers na ito. Number one, their strong faith in God. Ang lakas ng pananalig nila sa Diyos. Sinasabi nila na pag gusto na nilang sumuko, sila ay hihingi ng tulong doon sa Almighty and sabihin nila na, I can do it because He will guide me. Number two, pamilya nila. Kaya sila nagpapakahirap dahil sa pamilya nila. Pag nahihirapan na sila, hey, teka muna, magstay ako dito kasi kailangan kong magpakahirap pa rin para mabigyan ko ng magandang buhay ang aking pamilya. Nakita ko yun yung dalawang bagay na yun, yung faith in God and then yung love of the family.
And bukod ho sa libro na sinulat ho ninyong mga success stories ng ating mga OFWs, meron pa ho ba kayong gustong gawin?
Volume 2.
Volume 2. Okay, so after this, meron pang...
That's volume 1, volume 2. Kasi daming, alam niyo, this is a book of 22 lang, di ba? Ano yung population ng mga OFW natin? Mga 8 million yan. So sabi nga ng mga friends ko, 22 lang naman ang istorya. Sabi ko, umpisa lang ito. Siyempre, gagawa pa rin ako ng mga susunod na libro.
At hindi lang volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, at marami pang kasunod.
Why not, di ba? Tapos, dadali natin sa National Library para yung mga gustong magbasa ng mga ganyang inspirational stories, pwede lang mabasa.
Do you have a favorite quote na gusto po ninyong i-share sa ating mga kababayan na nanonood po sa atin ngayon?
Yes. Alam mo, meron ako nabasa na quote ni Walt Disney, the American producer and entrepreneur. Sabi niya, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. When I wrote that book, I had the courage to pursue the production of the book because it has always been my dream to write a book about OFWs, their success and their triumph.
Maraming salamat po for your time. Isa pong karangalan dito sa Negosyente na makasama po namin ang Admin May Dimson na dating head ng OWA. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Rod.
At sa Women's Voices, ito ang kakaibang kwento ng isang entrepreneur hatid sa inyo ng SM Supermalls.
Brought to you by SM Supermalls.
Hi, I'm Gina Nebridati. I'm the designer and proprietor of Agsam Fashion Fern Accessories. And I have been a partner and supplier of Cultura Filipino since 2015. When I discovered this brand, when I created this brand back in 2014, it was worn by one of my friends in the province of my husband in Surigao del Sur. I was so curious with and fascinated with the intricacy of the weaving. So I asked her where she got it. And she said that it was, she got it from one of the remote areas in Surigao. So in no time, I went there and I was surprised to see a group of indigenous women creating this fascinating weaving called Agsam. And I discovered that it was in fact a 45-year-old weaving heritage. When I saw the designs that they were making, it was not so commercially viable. So I said and sat down with them and said, why don't we do designs which are more mainstream and more marketable. So in no time, we created those, and right now, 8-9 years hence since then, we have been creating together with the Surigao del Sur weavers, this beautiful collection of fashion accessories made in Surigao del Sur using a fortified weaving heritage. And of course, I have to thank Cultura Filipino because they have been my partner since 2015. We are in fact available in 15 branches. Largely what motivates me is because it's a story of heritage, it's a story of tradition, and because it is also made in the province of my late husband. So it is my vow that I will continue to pay homage to my husband by creating this beautiful fashion accessories. So we would like to invite you to visit Cultura Filipino stores and just look for our brand name, Agsam.
Brought to you by SM Supermalls.
Isang online store for a cause ng mga curated items na pinili pa ng isang magaling sa fashion and design. Ito ang kwentong negosyo ng The Little Vintage Store. Tara, shopping na!
Vintage clothes, by definition, is anything that's over 20 years old. We started out as wanting to bring the idea and the feel and the experience of thrift shopping and vintage shopping from abroad to here. So instead of presenting it na, oh, it's like an ukay, what people usually think here in the Philippines na kapag pre-loved yan, ukay yan. Yung mga ibang customers namin, mga clients namin, yung mga taga Forbes or Dasma, nabibigay namin ng ibang way para makashop ng vintage at ng mga pre-loved. Every type of person, kahit mga husbands man yan, from every walk of life, they are able to shop at our little vintage shop. So, Mel Ascension at Penny Katigbak, they were tasked to raise funds for the advocacy projects of Zonta Club of Makati and Environs. And instead of, like soliciting funds, they asked na lang para sa mga donations, para sa mga ibang mga gamit, o yung mga damit na hindi na sinusuot ng mga members or yung mga friends nila, or kahit yung mga children's items at mga home decor. At lahat ng profits dito ay napupunta sa Zonta Center for Abused Women and Girls. Isang project ng Zonta Makati ay ang kababaihan. So ito ay nakakatulong sa mga marginalized women sa Taguig. And our volunteer, Karen, was part of Kababaihan, and she's currently helping us run the little vintage shop. So there are many ways that people can shop here. So one is contact Karen. So tatawagan nila si Karen para makaset ng appointment at bubuksan niya yung storeroom, and then she will assist you and help you with your payment as well. Another method is yung pag-post namin sa Instagram, which is something that is very accessible at patok sa mga tech savvy dyan. Nakakatulong siya. It's a win-win situation for everyone, para sa mga nagdo-donate, para maka-declutter sila. Sabi nga ni Marie Kondo, whatever does not spark joy, let it go. Whoever wants to donate, it's always welcome. One of our friends, one of our members, she moved from a condo to a house, at lahat ng mga gamit niya from the condo, she sent it here. And ayun, so lahat ng mga nasa bahay niya, brand new. Then we got a lot of the items that she didn't need anymore. We also have some home items. We even had a fridge here that we sold, a very big red fridge. Ayun, so it really takes a village for this whole thing to work. Like, you have to collaborate with so many people, and sometimes there can be some confusion. However, I think that's also the beauty of it, na lahat kami nagko-contribute, put in fresh ideas for a new collection, or how to market these pieces that haven't been run or that haven't been sold in a long time. We had some pieces that weren't really selling kasi baka may stain or may punit. So what we did, we collaborate with designers, with local designers who usually also share the same advocacy as us, and then we would use the fabric scraps. They would use the fabric scraps to make into a whole new outfit, whether it be out of barongs, and then they would make it into a feminine top, or maybe small pieces of cloth, and then they would make it into a camisole. The stories that come with each piece, may it be the dress from the first Holy Communion, or baka kinasal yung person using the dress, or maybe yun yung sinuot niya for the first date or for the first job interview. And to think that that would also yung isusuot ng next person. To have these well-loved and well-appreciated items and give them a new life, for someone else to find value in them, and for the stories to be passed on and to create new stories using them. So we get donations from everyone, and one of our members also donated. Her name is Olga Martel, and she's a socialite, especially back in Old Manila when we all had these large functions and these dinner parties and these events. We received her gowns and we sold them. It was such a huge hit because each gown had a story, and you could say that this fabric was sourced from Paris or from Italy. It was all very finely crafted, and you could see how much heart and dedication was put into making each of these gowns, and to have them so well loved and appreciated, and eventually also appreciated after it was bought. It's really nice.
O di ba? What are you waiting for? I-mine mo na yan. Our next partner will help you find ways sa Pera Paraan. Hatid sa inyo ng BDO.
Ipon? Naku, mahirap yan. Maraming beses na ako mag-try mag-ipon. Pero di talaga kaya.
Kaya mo yan! Kami dito sa BDO, tutulungan ka para makamit mo ang iyong ipon goals. Makinig ka sa mga sasabihin ko at mag-take down notes. Ako si Kabayan Shai, ang iyong kaakbay para sa usapang bangko at pinansyal dito sa BDO Pera Paraan. Isipin mo, ang iniipon mo ngayon pwedeng gawing emergency funds in the future or pangtupad sa mga plano ninyo. Kaya kada buwan, ugaliin magtabi kahit 10% lang ng iyong sahod. Pag kaya mo na, gawin mo ng 20% kada buwan. At gawing habit ang pag-iipon. Unahin muna magtabi bago mag-shopping, bago gumastos, at ang matitira, yon ang iyong gagastusin. O ito, paalala ha, maging matalino sa paghawak ng inyong hard-earned money. Siguraduhin financial expert ang pakikinggan mo. Sana'y may natutunan kayo. Dito sa BDO Pera Paraan, we find ways para mas madali, mas masaya ang banking para sa ating lahat.
Eto, may magandang balita ako. Konting tulong, pandagdag puhunan para sa inyo. Tara, samahan niyo ako. Isa na namang napakaswerteng micro-entrepreneur ang makakatanggap ng dagdag puhunan sa araw na ito.
Yes, hi, hello.
Oh, ano? Kumusta ka?
Ang masasabi ko lang, it's so hot talaga.
Anong pangalan mo?
By the way, my name is Joey Laurente, 25, Surigao del Norte.
Okay, so gaano ka nakatagal na nagtitinda ng manok?
I think mga almost 7 years.
So dito din ang pwesto mo?
Yes po.
For
Czech
7
Republic.
years?
Yes.
O kumusta naman ang benta?
Okay naman, nakakabenta naman ako ng more.
Okay, kung nakatikim or makakatikim or titikim kami ng iyong manok sa araw na to, sa tingin mo ba babalik-balikan namin?
Sa tingin ko, babalik-balikan nyo dahil yung manok namin, quality, sulit yung 35 nyo, yun lang.
Magkano?
35 pesos lang per...
35 pesos per piece?
Yes po.
Okay, sige, tikman natin yan mamaya. Pero ang tanong ko sa'yo, ilang oras ka na nakatayo dito para magbenta ng manok? Anong oras ka nag-uumpisa sa umaga?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.?
hanggang 10 p.m.
So from 10 to 10?
Yes.
Ilang oras yon? 12 oras?
Okay lang naman sa akin kasi pag mga 12 or 1 to 2, wala namang masyadong tao, pa isa-isa lang yung bumibili dito.
So anong ginagawa mo nun? Nakaupo ka dito?
Nakaupo habang walang customer, nagre-repack ako ng sausawan, ganito. Yung sausawan pala namin is para siyang chili sauce.
Chili sauce.
Yes,
So medyo
po.
maanghang.
Na manamis na miss.
Okay, ngayon may tanong ako sa'yo.
Yes.
Kailangan mo ba ng dagdag puhunan?
Laban lang.
Laban. Pero teka, bago kita bigyan ng dagdag puhunan, ikaw ay manood muna sa Negosyente. Negosyente sa GMA Pinoy Hits every Sunday ng 4 p.m.
Yes, promise.
Sige, bibigyan kita ng dagdag puhunan.
Thank you so much.
Masaya ka ba?
Ha?
Masaya ka ba na bibigyan ng dagdag puhunan?
Masaya ako na mabibigyan ako ng puhunan. Pandagdag puhunan.
Okay, sige, bibilangin ko ha. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Para sa'yo. 5,000 yan.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po sa negosyente sa dagdag puhunan. Thank you so much.
Pero isa pa, meron ka pang isang pasasalamatan. Pasalamatan mo si Ninang Sara. Siyang nagbigay niyan.
Thank you, Ninang Sara. Thank you so much.
Meron kang 5,000 pesos, dagdag puhunan.
Para to talaga sa dagdag puhunan. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat.
Congratulations sa nakatanggap sa ating Puhunan Plus sa araw na ito. Next week, malay nyo, sa lugar naman ninyo. Ito si Roda Castro Kaliwara na naniniwalang pag may negosyo, may trabaho. See you next week. O Sally, sana may natutunan ka sa Ang bilis ng oras. Ano nga ba yung sasabihin ko?